Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Mahyam Dadami Swapatamikam Namo Vishwapadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prajarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasha Divishatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so till now we were seeing about the nectar of instructions, the instructions given by Srila Rupa Goswami to Jiva Goswami and all of us. Like how he was saying in the first sloka. The first 4 slokas are very, very important for Bhakti Shastri aspect. Okay. So the first sloka is about what? Controlling the senses of urge of what all urges?
Urge to speak, the action of anger, the action of anger,
urges of
and
tongue,
the demands of the mind.
Yes. So vacho vekam manasa krodho vekam jihva vekam udrapastha vekam etan vekanyum shahida veera sarvam apimam prithivim sashishyat. Okay. So such a person can have disciples all over the world. Okay. So that we saw. And then we saw the 6 aspects, like what are the 6 things which destroy our bhakti? Atyahara,
prayas, unnecessary mundane effort, putting efforts on mundane things, unnecessary talking, following instructions, unnecessary over following instructions.
Niyamagraha, yes.
Then Janasanga,
Laulyam, greed.
Laulyam.
Atyahara prayasasya prajalpani magraha janasangasya laulyam cha shatvir bhakti vinashyati. Then we learned the 6 things which will increase my bhakti or which help me to advance in bhakti. So what are they?
Being enthusiastic,
Saha,
being confident, being
Dhairya,
patient, then abandoning devotees who are not following, who are not Krishna consciousness,
yes,
and following the footsteps of Acharya.
Yes. Okay. So that means Ulsaha, Nishya, Dhairya, Tattat Karma Pravartana, Sangatyaga Sadoviti, Shadve Bhakti, Prasidhyati. So these are the 6 things which will help me to improve my bhakti. Then the 4th sloka was about association. So what are the 6 aspects of association? Okay. Anybody else other than Ratnangi Mataji? Yes, Suresh Prabhu. The 6 aspects of association.
Dadati pragati gruhnati gukyamakyati prachati.
Te?
Bhukte bhojete chaiva
Shadveda Priti.
Sadvidha Priti Lakshanam.
So can you explain what are they? Dadati?
Dadati means Dadati, giving the gifts and accepting the accepting the gifts, and also and inquiring and also inquiring
and revealing your mind.
Yeah, satsang, bhakti, bhaktas.
Yes.
Accepting and offering prasadam.
Offering the and giving prasadam and taking prasadam.
Yes. Okay. The word offering prasadam, offering is given for offering to Lord, offering to your Guru. We say giving, or we can distribute prasadam, or you can say it like that. And when you eat prasadam, you don't say you eat prasadam. What do you say? What is the word used? You don't say you
honor prasadam.
You honor prasadam. Very good. Yes, we honor prasadam because that's not different from Krishna. Okay. So yes, so we'll continue. So first 4 slokas, why I kept on repeating is these are the 4 things which is very, very important. Not only Bhakti Shastri point of view, even in our application in our life or in our day-to-day devotional services. It's very, very important, like how we should associate with devotees and how we should reveal your mind. Don't think your problems can be solved just like that. Yes, Krishna knows. He will send some help. No, you have to open your mind to some devotees, and that devotee should be like confidential to you. In the sense you should gain their confidence and you should have a close relationship with that devotee. So Matajis to Matajis, Prabhujis to Prabhujis, and then you should try to discuss like whatever blockers you have, or if you don't have any issues by Krishna's mercy, then you should ask them how they are advancing in Krishna consciousness. There was one Mataji who actually chants her rounds before she had 5 children. So I was like, one child is so difficult. How did you manage it? 5 children and your bhakti and sadhana and reading, and she was a perfect, nice devotee. So I was asking, and Mataji said that before Mangalarati, she used to chant at least 8 rounds or 12 rounds. Just imagine if you can chant before Mangalarati, and then after Mangalarati, yes, after that, yes, children get up and then all the things busy in life. But then when everybody is sleeping, when it's quiet, and if you can chant before Mangalarati, at least half of your rounds, that means 8 rounds if you finish, then after Mangalarati, 8 rounds will go like anything. And you don't feel like stopping your rounds after that. Anybody chanted before Mangalarati at least 4 rounds?
Not now, Mataji. Long ago, I used to wake up early.
Okay.
Long back. So 1 or 2 rounds, they used to happen before Mangalarti. But now it's not happening like that.
It's alone, it's very difficult, Mataji. When I come to temple, I chant. But it's
that's the power of association. When you are in temple,
Yes.
when I remember when Sneha Mataji also, when Sureshwar Prabhu, they all personally came to temple and did service. So when they were here in our temple, they were like in Mangalarati, so enthusiastic to, even though you're tired after service, still they get up and they come because of that. That association is so strong that, yes, that is very important, to have an association, to have living in the association of devotees. Naturally, you will become devotee. Naturally, you will get up. So 1 or 2 rounds, that's fine. That might be Mangalarati is late and you're waiting for Mangalarati, or might be you got up a little early. No, I'm asking purposely you get up just to chant your rounds. Okay, 2:30, 3 o'clock, you get up and then have a quick bath and then sit and chant for 4:30. Best rounds you can have. Best rounds. And in my personal experience, best rounds you can have. So quiet, nobody is awake, and you can concentrate nicely, and you will be so fresh. But it takes a lot of effort. It's not easy. You will snooze the mobile at 3:45. 4 o'clock is enough. 3:45, and it just goes on. But at least you try 1 or 2 days. You'll have a nice quality japa. And if you finish 4 or 6 rounds or 8 rounds before Mangalarati, and after Mangalarati, you have a lot of time. You can even read Srila Prabhupada's book. You feel like, oh, one heavy load have decreased. You have a lot of extra time. Okay, so this is just a discussion happening. So now we'll see the highest stage and conclusion. Like, so you have to ask them, like if you see some devotee doing nice sadhana and nice reading and swadhyaya, and you should ask them, Mataji, how do you find time? How you read and how much you read, and how do you balance your work and home and everything? Like, so they give you some tips. So once one Mataji told me to get up early. This best thing is, don't keep your mobile nearby. Keep your mobile little far away at the table in your room, so that you have to get up and go and off the alarm. By the time you get up off the alarm, your sleep would have gone. In the sense, you don't feel like going back again. But if you keep your mobile nearby, what happens? Snooze, and then you sleep off. So this one. So I was like, Mataji is right. Then she told, have dinner early, at least 7:30. You should have light dinner, not heavy dinner, and have. So if you do that, yes, light dinner actually helps. And then try to sleep a little early. And she some tips some devotees give how to be consistent. We attend Mangalarati, but it's like one day we attend, next day we are not there. Then again next day. The consistency is very important in bhakti. Consistency, how daily we should do the same thing, which is very difficult, challenging, but we can. So Guhyamakyadi Prichati, very important point in our personal life also, because we have to take instructions from senior devotees. In your personal life, before marriage, after marriage, having kids, whatever it is, your job, things like that, or shifting to temple, what should I do? Should I or not? And how do I do? So you should discuss this with any other devotee who's actually going through that experience, and ask them and take guidance, not only from one devotee, you can take from multiple devotees, and you can see what they are saying. Like today, there was one devotee came to our temple, and he was saying that some grihasthas came, and they were like, the grihasthas were deciding whether to shift to temple or not, like whether to become full-time or not. Because now they just come on Saturday, Sunday, do service and go. But they have a desire to join, but they have some problems. So the devotee was like, no, you have to shift. as soon as possible, come to temple, settle down here and become full-time devotees. Right time, the conch shell blew. The pujari was blowing the conch shell. And the senior devotee said, see, it is a yes from Radha Govinda. So that's how they encourage devotees. So Guhyamakya Prachiti is very important in all of our lives. That we should have somebody to talk to about our personal problems, about our devotional service problems. And that should be a devotee. It should not be a non-devotee. Only a devotee will understand what our problems are. Okay, so all of us, because we are in the initial stage of bhakti, we actually need that. If you find somebody who needs help, you can also tell them their experience. Okay, so 7 to 11, the last few verses of this nectar of instruction is about the highest stage and conclusion. Like about he is telling about. We'll see here. Okay, so till now we have seen the. Okay, to show. Okay, let me show like this. You're able to see. I'll just increase the. Are they able to see the screen? No? Hare Krishna?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
So till now we have seen like controlling the 6 urges of Krishna consciousness. That was text 1, then text 2 and 3 is about 6 favorable and 6 unfavorable activities. Then 6 kinds of loving exchange between devotees. 5 to 6 slokas is about attitudes towards devotee. What should be our attitude towards devotee? What was attitude? What is your attitude towards Kanishta? How do you respect a Kanishta? By?
Mataji, by not taking their association, but giving our association to them, or teaching them and preaching to them.
That's fine. But Rupa Goswami says about Kanishta, Madhyama and Uttama. How do you treat them? Sri Lalita, you know?
Yes, Mataji is one of the verses in Nectar of Devotion also. Where it says that
specifically about how do you respect them?
Okay.
How do you respect Kanishta, Madhyama and Uttama?
Mataji, I know the Madhyama we have to pay obeisances.
Yeah, pay obeisance to a Madhyamadhikari. Then?
Yes, Mataji. And Kanishta we have to respect by folding hands.
Respect in the mind. Yes, you have to respect them in the mind or yes. Then what about Uttama?
And Uttama, Uttama, we have to take association, ask questions, inquire, and hear from them.
Serve them. That means like gurus, like you should serve them and take association. Yes, very good. So this is how the attitude towards devotees should be. And as Mother said, yes, a Kanishta, we should give association, we should help them. And for Madhyamas or equals, we should make friendship with them. And somebody is higher than us, we should take association from them. Okay. And 7 to 11 is about the highest stage and conclusion. We'll see about the highest stage. So here we'll explain in text 8, explain the progressive stage of hearing and Krishna Smarana. And it describes Srila Guru Goswami's Upadesha Saram. That's the essence of all advice. Okay, that's about text 8. Text 9 is about the hierarchy of spiritual places, like which place is the highest. Okay, Vaikuntha. And in that, then there is Goloka. In Goloka Vrindavan, which is highest? Okay, Madhura was highest because Krishna.
Mataji,
Krishna was born there.
Yes, Krishna appeared. You don't never say born because it's only for material body. Krishna appeared in Mathura, so that's highest. And higher than that is Vrindavan. Why?
Because of Krishna's pastimes.
Because
yes,
Radharani wanted it, Mataji?
No. Why is Vrindavan highest, like higher than Mathura place in hierarchy?
Because of Krishna and Radharani's pastimes in Vrindavan.
Pastimes, yeah. Even though Krishna appeared in Mathura, he immediately was shifted to Gokul and then to Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, 11 years he was in Vrindavan. So yes, Vrindavan is the highest. In Vrindavan, which place is the highest? Where did Krishna spend most of his time?
Radha
Kund.
That is last, highest. But before that.
Nidhivan, Mataji?
Nidhivan.
Govardhan.
Govardhan. So Madura is is highest among the spiritual thing that Vrindavan and Goloka Vrindavan, that is a Madura place where Krishna appeared. And Vrindavan is highest because Krishna did his pastimes there. In Vrindavan, Govardhan is highest because Krishna was playing with his cohort boyfriends and all that there. And in Govardhan, if you go to Govardhan Parikrama, you can see Radha Kund. Radha Kund is the highest because it's not different from Radharani, and most of the pastimes of Krishna with Radha Rani happened in Radha Kund. So text 9 is about the hierarchy of different places and also explains why the importance of Radha Kund, which cannot be realized by other Vaishnava Sampradayas. And we can also see in the text 10 that why gopis are considered the most exalted devotees. And Srimati Radharani is the most dear to the Lord. So this is how the hierarchy that is saying. So the nascence is compared to jaundice. Why is this material disease compared to jaundice? Why especially jaundice disease?
Mataji, because of the treatment, it's something related to sugar, something related to sugar.
Sugar candy.
Yes,
So
Mataji.
if you give sugar to a jaundice person, what will happen?
It tastes bitter.
Bitter. And what is the treatment for jaundice?
Sugar candy.
Like, how does the bitter
Sugar
taste
candy.
go?
Sugar
candy.
You keep giving sugar candy, it will taste bitter, bitter, bitter. How do you know the disease have been cured?
The bitterness.
Normal
becomes
taste.
sweetness.
You can take normal taste.
The
It's
bitterness will
sweet.
go and they'll start getting the sweet taste. So similarly, we all have this Bhavaroga. Bhavaroga means material disease. And what is our disease is, we are not interested in Krishna Katha. We doesn't like to, not we, in the sense all the atheists and karmis and who we were before coming to Krishna, they're not interested. It's like bitter for them. So we have like jaundice, like Bhavaroga or material disease. We are thinking we are this body. And the sugar candy is the Krishna Katha. So initially, when we have jaundice or material disease, the Krishna Katha, like sugar candy, will start tasting bitter. But what is the medicine? It's the sugar candy. So keep hearing. Then what happens? At one point, we'll start being interested in Krishna Katha. Till now, we are not so excited to hear. But now, as we're advancing, we feel like we want to hear more and more. When you hear some Maharaj has come or some great devotee have come, you rush to that place to hear from them. And that shows your jaundice, like Bhavaroga, is going, and then the sweet taste, the mellow or Bhakti Rasa is coming to you. So that's why it is compared to jaundice. Very important Bhakti Shastri question. Why, in essence, the analogy is compared to jaundice. And discuss the relevance of Srila Rupa Goswami's Upadeshamrita ISKCON membership. They'll see that. And Prabhupada's mood about Radha Kund. Okay. 7th sloka says, Syat Krishna Rama Charitanti Sitapi Avidya Pitto Patapta Rasanasya Narochikanu Kintu Adharat Anudinam Kalo Saiva Chushta Swadvi Kramad Bhavaditat Gadamula. The holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet like sugar candy. Although the tongue of one affected by the jaundice of avidya, ignorance, okay, like Bhavaroga or ignorance. What is the ignorance which we have? All of us, like, what is avidya actually? The ignorance is about what? What are they ignorant, this material people? What are they ignorant of?
Considering themselves as the material bodies and
bodies,
The
controllers.
absolute truth of knowledge.
Yeah, they don't know they are the servants of the Lord. No, they don't know Jivera Swarupoi, Krishna and Nityadas. So that is our ignorance or avidya. And they cannot taste anything sweet at that time. And it's wonderful that simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, a natural relish awakens within our tongue and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root. So as we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, okay, how many of you initially, okay, when you just came to Krishna consciousness, how many of you have lifted your mala and saw, did I finish? Huh? Some of you still keep doing, no? How long is it taking? Why is this mala not getting over? So many times. Yeah.
Yes,
so that
Mataji.
means,
Initially used to do that.
yeah. So that means what? Initially it was like bitter for us, chanting Hare Krishna. I still remember one round was like 10-15 minutes for me. It's like, why am I so slow? I'm like a snail, and so much impurity was in me. I was so sinful. I could not even chant. You're also fortunate that you have come to 16 rounds in such a short span. I feel like this online devotees are so great because we had offline association. We used to go to temple, meet devotees. Still, we were not progressing. But you all just by online association, you could do so much. And in fact, you're all doing great than offline association in the sense you get up and yet I see all of you in Mangalarti and you're doing so great service. But it's not easy. It's from previous life. It's coming. But here it is said, initially it is very bitter. Initially you cannot nourish it. But as we advance, then what happens? That means how do you know you're advancing? Your taste to chant increase, your taste to hear Krishna Katha increase, your taste to do devotion service increase. You feel like whenever you get a holiday or something, you rush to the temple or you meet devotees. That means you're advancing. That means you're getting that sweet taste of sugar candy like Krishna Katha. So this is a very important analogy. Okay, this holy name, pastimes, everything is compared like sugar candy. Even it is said Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita is like a sugar candy. Why do you say sugar candy? It's like sugar candy. Okay, it's sweet. Then, what is the specialty of a sugar candy?
It's addictive, Mataji. You want the more you eat, the more you bond.
The more you
keep eating it.
Then, if you bite in any of this place, how is the taste going to be?
Sweet.
Yeah, any place you bite, it's going to be sweet. So similarly, it says Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, any chapter you read or from any part you start reading, it's still sweet. But if you have to really get that nectar, you have to start from chapter 1 or canto 1. Okay, so this is what it said, that it's like a sugar candy, it will destroy. So Prabhupada always use this analogy of jaundice. Okay, the tongue of one afflicted by jaundice. Attacked by jaundice, the tongue of a diseased person cannot palatably relish sugar candy. Rather, a person with jaundice considers something sweet to taste very bitter. Avidya or ignorance similarly perverts the ability to relish the transcendently palatable name, quality, form, and pastimes of Krishna. Despite this disease, if one with great care and attention take to Krishna consciousness, chanting the holy name and hearing Krishna's transcendental pastimes, his ignorance will be destroyed and his tongue enabled to taste the sweetness of transcendental nature of Krishna and his Paravidya. Such a recovery of spiritual health is possible only by regular cultivation of Krishna consciousness. So this is what we should do. Keep hearing, keep chanting. Then what happens? Our avidya and ignorance like jaundice will go away. So it's a very important analogy, okay? That how it is compared to jaundice. This avidya or the ignorance is compared to jaundice. So this avidya or ignorance will be overcome by the help of a guru. The guru, that's why it says Ajnana Timirandasya. So we are all in Ajnana, that is ignorance. Of Timira, we have this cataract. Like so what does the guru do? Jnana Jana Shalag. He gives the jnana or torchlight of knowledge. And then he lightens up. So till now, before coming to Krishna consciousness, we didn't even care about our soul. We did, okay, once in a while we do go to temple and this, but not daily and doing all this, no, chanting and all that. But because of Prabhupada, we are, no, before I forget, this Wednesday is Gita Jayanti, no, it's Mokshada Ekadashi. So all the teachers and from temple devotees are all chanting 700 verses from Bhagavad Gita at 10 a.m. So you all try to join and you can also read whenever you get time on that particular day. Okay, try to read the 700. If you don't have to do the translation and purport, just go through the verses. That will help. Okay, so we'll have a discussion. No, we'll just skip this. I want to finish this thing and come back. Discuss relevance of us individually and ISKCON in general. This sugar candy analogy or the jaundice analogy, how do you relate yourself individually and in general? Okay, we'll come to that. So there are 3 stages of chanting the holy name. What are they? When you chant the holy name, there can be 3 stages.
Mataji, offensive, cleansing,
offensive
and
chanting. Yes.
Cleansing stage.
Cleansing stage.
Shuddhana.
Yes, Nama Aparad or offensive stage. Nama Abhas or cleansing stage. And the third is?
What was it?
Shuddhana or?
Pure stage.
Pure
name. Pure name, yes. What do you mean by pure name? We are all chanting pure name now. Krishna's name is so pure. Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram. So how do you say it's pure? Or in Nama Aparad, is it impure name?
Mataji, actually, our intentions while we chant offensively is not right. And
What
when we
was
chant
it?
intentions, Mataji, like we are thinking
Intentions.
about.
Intentions means Shuddha Nam means the Nama is always Shuddha. Their intention of chanting is Shuddha in the sense they don't want anything. Anya Bila Shuddha Shunyam. That verse can be applied. That's for pure devotees. Shuddha Nama means without any offense, without any Namabhas, and it's pure in the sense their intention of chanting. It's just to please Krishna. They just want to please Krishna. So there are 3 stages in chanting the holy name of the Lord. The offensive stage, that is chanting with offense. Stage of lessening the offense, cleansing stage, that is Nama Abhas, and pure stage or Shuddha Nama. When a neophyte takes to chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he generally commits many offenses, all of us. But the 10 offenses, as we know, blaspheme the devotees and doing sinful activities, whatever, all that. The 10 basic offenses. And if the devotee avoid this, then he can glimpse the next stage, which is situated between offensive chanting and pure chanting. And when one attains in the pure stage, he is immediately liberated. This is called Bhava Mahadhabagni Nirpapanam. Where did you see this? This line?
Shishtastakam, Mataji.
Shishtastakam. Heto Darpanamarjanam, Bhava Mahadhabagni Nirvana. What do you mean by that? It says that as soon as you start chanting, one is liberated from the blazing fire of material existence and he can relish the taste of transcendence. Again, we'll go back to the breakout room. Okay, so this is the question. After this, Prabhu, you can post that link. Okay. The conclusion is that in order to get freed from the material disease, one must take to chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The Krishna consciousness movement is especially meant for creating an atmosphere in which people can take to chanting the Hare Krishna Mantra. For jaundice, sugar candy is the only specific medicine. Only. Okay. Now discuss this part, that is the jaundice and sugar candy analogy, in individually as well as ISKCON in general. How do you relate, or how do you say that this is practically correct, or in general and in your own experience? Some of it we discuss, but little more experience you can share. Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji, we all are back.
Hare Krishna, all are back. Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
So from room number 1, Achyuta Keshav Prabhu, Ramya Mataji, Snehavati Mataji, Sri Lalita Mataji, Sureshwar Prabhu. Who's speaking?
Sureshwar Prabhu is speaking from
Yes,
Mataji.
Prabhu. Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
what we discussed and what our realizations we discussed individually, when we apply this sugar candy, when we apply sugar candy like analogy, we discussed is our position was, as you also mentioned in the class, chanting was so difficult. We tend to see the mala again and again. It is very difficult to even finish one round, but slowly developing, and it is becoming easy for us to complete our rounds. Holy name becomes sweeter. We feel the taste, like just like sugar candy for a Japanese person. Sugar candy is bitter in the beginning and then it becomes sweeter. And also taking Krishna Prasada, controlling tongue is very, very difficult. We used to take all the other unwanted things like coffee, tea, and onion, garlic, everything very, very difficult in the beginning, but slowly we never like to even smell those things now. All the mercy of the Krishna, that is the power of holy name. The just like now that thing is becoming very easy for us. In ISKCON also, generally what I observe in temples, Mataji, even a new person is coming to the temple, that is a very good custom in the ISKCON that the brahmacharis or whoever are there, come to them and offer, give the mala and ask them to chant. In beginning, it is very, very difficult for the newcomers, and they will just simply sit and go in the beginning. Whenever they come second time, third time, they increase their rounds slowly. So that way, it is very difficult, like bitter in the beginning, and becomes slowly sweeter. Same way, the even they come for they don't wait for Bhagavata class, Krishna Katha, they will not hear. Slowly, even people come afterwards, they slowly become devotees. They come for only Bhagavad Katha, Krishna Katha every day, and not to tell about anything like Krishna Prasada. Everybody loves coming for Prasadam. So you don't like eating any other thing than of honoring Krishna Prasadam slowly. So in ISKCON also, this like we are all under a treatment for jaundice. We are in the this Bhavadukkas and the very Krishna consciousness in ISKCON. They are slowly becoming sweeter, like juice candy for jaundice. All we people like jaundice affected people. So this we discuss, Mataji, and
Hare Krishna.
yeah.
Yes, Lord. Anyone likes to add from that room? Or can we go to second room? Okay, room number 2.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I will speak on behalf of group number 2.
Nice.
So Mataji, before joining ISKCON, we were just the basic bhakti only we used to follow. lighting lamp and all that. We were more concentrating on the materialistic part of our life. But after joining ISKCON, we came to know a lot of things, the procedures, how we have to do devotional service and all that. And in that, we understood that chanting was very important. Even like in Kali Yuga, Sankirtanam is more important. We came to know from ISKCON only. Otherwise, it was just once in a while go for bhajana at the local temple and all that it was. So now, as per this, the analogy which was given about jaundice. So in case of jaundice, the tongue of a diseased person cannot relish sugar candy. So the diseased person considers something sweet like is bitter. Similarly, for us also, avidya, so our materialistic way of life, perverts the ability to relish the sweetness of name, quality, and form and pastime of Krishna. So the remedy for this is, with great attention, we take to Krishna consciousness, and by carefully chanting the holy name and hearing Krishna's transcendental pastime, our ignorance will be destroyed, and our tongue will be enabled to taste the sweetness of the transcendental nature of Krishna. So now we have understood that we are coming to the level of the highest taste, and here with ISKCON only we came to know. Otherwise our nature was of lauding everything, but here we came to know that we are the eternal servant of Krishna. So that whatever chanting we were doing, that has cleansed us to such an extent that we have understood what is bad company, what is bad shelter we are taking, and what is good shelter. And we also understood in chanting also there are three stages, and earlier we were definitely on the offensive stage. Now we are lessening our offensive stage, but we have never come to the bhava stage. And we have also, through ISKCON only, we have come to know that exalted souls like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all that, so they reach the bhava stage, the 8 stages they can reach. So the only way for us to relieve ourselves from this materialistic nature is by chanting. And through chanting only, what Cheto Darbana Marjana, what is happening, we have realized the importance of devotional service, the association with devotees, all the important things we have able to realize. And we have understood there is a long way to go, but there should be consistency and persistence in our chanting. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So yes, very nice. Both the groups have had a nice discussion. Yes. Okay. So please fill the attendance form. So we saw the 3 stages of chanting. So now we'll see again the highest stage and the conclusion. So in nectar of instruction, it is from Shraddha to Prema. If you categorize the verses, we can see that is in Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. The first 7 texts, 7 verses are for Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. And in that, the first 3 verses is about Shraddha, in the sense faith. How do you develop faith? And then 4 to 6 is about Sadhu Sangha, that is association, Tadadi, Pradigrahadi, no? And then how you respect the devotees, all that. So that is about Sadhu Sangha. Text 7 is mainly about Bhajana Kriya, that is chanting and all that. And Anartha Nivritti, yes, Chedodar Paramajara, Nishta and Ruji. Text 8 we'll see about Asakti. And then 9 to 11 is about Bhava and Prem. You just have to know that these are the different categories. Okay. Now the essence of all advice is given in text 8. Tannama Rupa Charita Charitadi Sukirtinanu Smrityu Kramena Rasana Manasini Yojya Dishtan Prajetat Anuragi Jananugami Kalam Nayet Akhilam Iti Upadesha Saram. The essence of all advice is that one should utilize one's full time, 24 hours a day, nicely chanting and remembering the Lord's divine name, transcendental form, qualities, and eternal pastimes, and thereby gradually engaging one's tongue and mind. In this way, one should reside in Braja, or the Goloka Vrindavan Dham, and serve Krishna under the guidance of a devotee. One should follow in the footsteps of Lord's beloved devotees who are deeply attached to devotional service. So, residing in Braja, Goloka Vrindavan Dham, what does that mean? Can all of us go and stay in Dham?
Mataji, it means
No,
that
Mataji.
Staying near to temple, Mataji.
Okay, might be in devotee association near the temple. Okay, then what else?
Also Mataji, wherever we live and wherever
Yes.
sadhus live,
Yes.
that place becomes Vrindavan.
Vrindavan. Okay.
Wherever
Kirti Kurvandi
Krishna is there
Tirthani.
in our day, wherever Krishna is there, that is Vrindavan.
Yeah,
Like
wherever.
we
Okay.
for deities.
This Vrindavan is basically what? It's not a place, it's the consciousness. It's a consciousness also. Okay. So wherever we are, Sthane, Sthita, Shuddhigata, Tanuvan, Manobir, wherever you are, just try to hear about Krishna and the same place can become Vrindavan. Okay. The chanting and all that. So Prabhupada has given Vrindavan all over the world. And as Advaita Acharya said to Mahaprabhu, that wherever you are, that's Vrindavan. So wherever your devotee resides. So isn't Srila Prabhupada in your house? Is Srila Prabhupada in your house?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Yeah, in
Mataji.
form of his books, right? The Prabhupada says, I live in my books. I eternally live in the books. So all of us have Prabhupada's books. Definitely Prabhupada is living in our house. So, but are we actually taking association of Prabhupada by reading Srila Prabhupada's books or by listening to his lectures? So that is very important. We should take association. Just sitting close is not, or living just with devotees is not enough. You have to actually take association. You should speak to them and take advice and then develop devotional service. So this is one thing. Okay. So here it is said, the Upadesh or the Saram is that try to use as much time as possible. Which is that quality in nectar of devotion? In the Bhava stage. What is that stage called as? Where a devotee always likes to chant and hear about Krishna. The 9 stages, no, in Bhava, 9 symptoms of a person in Bhava. What is it
Mataji,
called?
Prem or
No, that is different. That is the 9, Mataji is saying about from Shraddha to Prema. No, I'm asking in Bhava stage, there are 9 symptoms to know whether a person is in Bhava. One of the symptoms is that,
Perspiration?
no, the Sanskrit word. Always attached in hearing and chanting. Namagana Sadaruchi.
Avashya Krishna, Mataji.
Namagana Sadaruchi. And what do you mean by not wasting any time? That is using 24 hours in Krishna service. What is that quality called? Starting with A.
Avashya Krishna.
Namagana Sadaruchi.
No, that is over. Now, not wasting even a moment. That is using 24 hours in Krishna service. What is called? Avyartha Kalatvam. Okay, Avyartha Kalatvam. So these 2 qualities, Namagana Sadaruchi and Avyartha Kalatvam, is seen in a person in Bhava stage. Somebody in Bhava stage. So the essence of everything is that we should try to utilize as much as time we have in Krishna service and engaging our tongue and mind in Krishna service or devotional service. Seva Sadhya Rupena. And that too, do service under the guidance of a devotee. Okay. Seva Sadhaka Rupena, Siddha Rupena Chatrahi, Tad Bhava Lipshima Karya, Praja Lokanusarataha. So Bhakti Rasamsandhu says, in the transcendental realm of Praja, the Vrajadam, one should serve the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna with a feeling similar to that of his associates. And one should place himself under the direct guidance of a particular associate of Krishna and should follow in his footsteps. This method is applicable both in the stage of sadhana, that's spiritual practices executed while in the stage of bondage, and the stage of sadhya, God realization. And when one is Siddha Purusha or a spiritually perfect soul. So somebody who, when one is a Siddha Purusha or a perfect soul, then for them, what happens? Applicable. That is, they can go to Vraja. Actually, Prabhupada stopped us from going to Vraja. Why? For a long time. Or settling down in Vrindavan. Why? What does Prabhupada say?
We will do aparadhs over there.
Aparadha, we'll do offense, the Dhama Aparadha or Vila, offend the Vrajavasis. Okay. And what happens? One single offense in Vrindavan is equal to
1,000 times.
1,000 times. And one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra chanted in Vrindavan is equal to
1,000 rounds.
1,000 times.
1,000 rounds. So this is one small devotional service you do in Vrindavan, it's 1,000 times increase. Similarly, offense also you do, it's again 1,000 times increase. So what are the use of doing devotional service in the Dham if we are doing offense? No use. We'll go down, we'll fall down. But in Mayapur or Navadip, it's not like that. Because it is Audharya Dham, special dham. By Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, offenses are not taken. That doesn't mean we can't do offense. No, we try to minimize. But Prabhupada says we might tend to, because we are not in that consciousness. Only Vanaprasthas, Sannyasis, Brahmacharis, not Brahmacharis, Sannyasis especially, and Vanaprasthas towards the end of your 50 plus, 60 plus. Then, because all desires are all gone, and then now you are completely dedicating your life to Krishna service, then we can think, Prabhupada said, that till then, you should preach wherever you are, be active and try to preach Krishna consciousness. And he says, active now, work now, samadhi later. And Prabhupada warns us, don't stay in the dham for more than 4 or 5 days. And wherever we are, Prabhupada has given dham everywhere. So here it says that under the guidance of our spiritual, under a direct guidance of a particular associate of Krishna, then only we should do bhakti. Otherwise, we might get lost. So there are 5 items of progressive Krishna Smarana. That is Shravana Dasa. It's in the neophyte stage. One should always engage in hearing Krishna Katha. This is called Shravana Dasa, the stage of hearing. Especially from Srila Prabhupada, they should hear. And Varana Dasa means by constant hearing the transcendental holy name of Krishna and hearing of transcendental form, quality, and pastime, one can attain to the stage of acceptance. That's called Varana Dasa. And when one is able to chant in ecstasy, he attains the stage of Smarana, the stage of remembrance. When remembrance is uninterrupted, it becomes concentrated and is called meditation. And when meditation expands, become constant, it's called Anusmriti. Just know this. This is one of the questions. Just know this. That is, first, it is just, we have to keep hearing about Krishna. Next is after constant hearing, what happens is form, quality, pastimes. And then there is acceptance. And then there is Smarana, the stage of remembering Krishna. And then what happens? There is meditation. And by uninterrupted and unceasing Anusmriti, one enters the stage of Samadhi, that is complete trance. Okay. And after Smarana Dasa Samadhi, one has fully developed, the soul comes to understand its original constitutional position. What is our original constitutional position?
Eternal servant of the Lord.
Eternal servant of Krishna.
Jivera Swarupa Hoy, Krishnera Nityadas. Okay. So we are Jivera Swarup, the main Swarup, our original position is Krishnera Nityadas. We are always the servant of Krishna. That's why we are getting Devi Dasi or Das. That Das is very important. Okay. So at that time, he can perfectly and clearly understand his eternal relationship with Krishna. This is called Sampadidasa, the perfection of stage. So Prabhupada always says, we always call everyone by their first name. Like there is somebody called Bhagavan Prabhu. So Bhagavan, call them Bhagavan Prabhu, Bhagavan Prabhu. We forgot Bhagavan Das Prabhu. He was Das. We just call him Bhagavan Prabhu. Or someone like that. So somebody's name is Radharani Devi Dasi. So we call her Radharani Mataji or Radha Mataji, like that. So she's not Radha. She's actually Radha Devi Dasi. She's the Dasi of Radharani or Radharani. So, but that Das or Dasi is missed by us most of the time. And we feel that we are that particular name. So actually that Das, Prabhupada says that that is the most important part of the name. Das, that is important. So there is a Raganuga Bhakti, a spontaneous devotional service in 5 rasa. Shanta Dasya Sakya Valsalya Madhurya. In Shanta, the exchange example is the cows, the stick or flute of Krishna examples in Shanta. Dasya like Chitrak, Patrak, Ratrak. Just know the example. Sakya is Balram, Sridham, Sudham. Valsalya Ras is Nanda Maharaj, Yashodamaya. Madhurya Ras is mainly Radharani and her lady friends like Lalita, Vishaka, her serving maids, that is Manjaris, Rupa Manjari, Radhi Manjari and all that. Who was Rupa Manjari? Rupa Manjari came as whom with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Rupa Goswami.
Rupa Goswami. And Radhi Manjari is his brother.
Nityananda Prabhu.
Sanatan
Nityananda Prabhu is
Goswami.
Balram.
Sanatan Goswami, yeah.
Sanatana Goswami. Okay, Nityananda Prabhu is Balram. So Rupa Goswami, this Rupa Manjari came as Rupa Goswami. Radhi Manjari was Sanatana Goswami. Okay. So hierarchy of different places. This is what I said. Out of all the world, I mean the material and spiritual, the spiritual world is highest. That is Vaikuntha planets. In Vaikuntha planet, you can see Mathura as the highest. Why? Because Krishna appeared there. In Mathura, Vrindavan is highest. Mathura is a district, and in that is Vrindavan is the highest, where Krishna performed various pastimes. Like morning, he gets up and he goes to Vrindavan, and he spent most of the time there. And in Vrindavan, Govardhan Hill, because it was personally touched by Krishna, raised by the divine hands of Lord Krishna, and the sight of various loving pastimes happened. Like Giriraja Variya or Govardhan. Is Govardhan the servant of Krishna or Krishna? Haridasa
Servant of
Variya.
Krishna.
Servant. Who says it's Krishna? He is Krishna? Anybody says?
Mataji, it's
when-
sorry.
yes, Mataji.
Mataji, is it a form of Krishna? Because Krishna says in
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah,
that,
because and we know that in the Govardhan Puja, when they offered all the offerings, Krishna appeared from the Govardhan hill, right? And he said that I'm so
Govardhan Giri Hari.
satisfied, please do parikrama. So Mataji says he is Govardhan is Krishna. And some of you says he is servant. Now what is right? Which is right? Both are right. Govardhan is the servant of Krishna as well as Krishna himself. Okay, so it's called Haridasa Variya. He's best among servants as well as he's Krishna himself. Okay, so he is both. So, Vaikuntha plant is the highest. In Vaikuntha, Mathura is highest because Krishna appeared there. From in Mathura, then Vrindavan is highest because Krishna performed his
Mataji,
Huh?
Hare Krishna Mataji, in all these things, Dwarka is never mentioned, but the maximum time lifespan, I think so, Krishna has spent in Mathura where he was the king. He is the one who created Mathura or established Mathura, and he was, sorry, not the Mathura, I'm
Dwaraka,
sorry,
you
I'm
say.
talking about Dwarka. Yeah, I made a mistake. So
Why-
Dwarka is not mentioned. Why, Mataji?
Why? Can anyone say? The very nice question.
Mataji, because Krishna's most confidential pastimes happened in
Yes,
Vrindavan
one
with
reason.
gopis.
One reason. Second, what is the bhav in Vrindavan and in Dwaraka? What is the
Dwarka,
bhav?
he's a king and
He's a king. So Mataji, like you saw Krishna in Dwaraka, he's a king with he has a kirit. Instead, in the sense, okay. So he in Vrindavan, what does he have?
his house
Feather
personal.
and flute.
Turban and a peacock feather,
Flute,
which is beautiful. You see Krishna with the helmet or with the turban with the peacock feather.
Peacock feather.
Peacock feather.
Feather. And in
He is in
hand,
Shyam
in the
Sundar
hand,
form,
Krishna
Mataji.
has what? In
Flute.
Vrindavan, Krishna has the flute. In Dwaraka, Krishna is the king, right? And does he wear slippers in Vrindavan?
No,
No.
Mataji.
But in outside Vrindavan, he does. So the bhav in Dwaraka is Aishwarya bhav. He has the queens, he has big, big palaces. Can the Dwaraka Krishna steal butter?
No, no,
And can somebody tie Krishna, make him Damodar there?
no.
More sweetest Raja. So that's why Mataji, Dwaraka is considered is auspicious. It's in Aishwarya Bhav. So it doesn't come under the transcendental, the mellow, the rasa, it doesn't come there. Yes, it is also a spiritual planet where Krishna resides, but then it doesn't come in this particular, this thing, as Mataji said, the most confidential pastimes with Gopi, especially Radharani, happened in Vrindavan. So it makes it very, very special. And Dwaraka Krishna is who actually? And Vrindavan Krishna is who? Who's Dwaraka Krishna? Is it same or the different? Are they one and the same, but what is the difference? In the mood, okay, bhav, there is difference. What else?
Dwarka, he is king who's fighting so many battles.
Okay, that's
And,
fine. So that means he was the son of when he is fighting
Vasudeva.
in battle, Vasudeva.
Vasudeva.
Don't say Vasudeva. Krishna is Vasudeva and the father is Vasudeva. Both are different. Vasudeva and Vasudeva. Okay. So that means it was Vasudeva Krishna in Dwaraka. And what happened in Vrindavan? So Vasudeva Krishna has actually 400.
Nandagopa.
Nanda, Yashoda, Nandan, Krishna. Okay, there were two Krishnas, right? One was born for
Mata Devi.
Yashoda Maya. Then Radha one was born for
Devaki.
Devaki.
So Yashoda Maya had how many children in one birth?
One daughter.
One daughter and only daughter
And Krishna.
and Krishna. That means twins were born for Yashoda Maya. Anybody not heard about this? This is given in Brihad Bhagavatamrita by Srila Sanatana Goswami. Okay, so Nityanga Mataji, you never heard about this?
No, Mataji, I have not heard.
Okay, this is Janma Karma Jame Divyam Eva Myovedi Tattvadaha, to know Krishna's birth in truth. Only we all know, all of us, not only us, the Karmis, everyone know Krishna was born to Devaki and a girl was born to Yashodamaya, and then exchange happened. This everyone knows. This is not the real fact. This was said by Sri Sanatana Goswami. I heard from a senior Vaishnava. So he said that the time when Krishna was born in Mathura, Krishna appeared in which form? Devaki and Vasudeva. What was the form he appeared?
400.
400.
Chaturpuja form, right? Chaturpuja. Shanga, Chakra, Gada, Padma. So that means that is Vasudeva Krishna, born from a Kshatriya Vasudeva. Okay, so that's a Vasudeva Krishna. The same time, there was a Yashodanandan Krishna born to Yashodamaya, as well as a girl, that is Yogamaya, Shakti or Durga Devi. Okay, so twins were born. So that was Yashodanandan Krishna with two-handed Krishna, the original transcendental form of the Lord, eternal form. This was Vasudeva Krishna, the expansion. You know, the Krishna expands to Balram. Balram expands to who? What are the first Durbhyuha?
Aniruddha, Shankarshana, Pradyumna, and
Vasudev.
Vasudev, right? That Vasudeva is this. Understood? So that is also coming from Krishna. So when the Vasudeva Krishna was born in Mathura, and then he became the two-handed form. He was shifted by Vasudeva across Yamuna and went to Gokul. When he went there, since the Durga Devi was also born, like because Yashodamaya was so exhausted after childbirth, and the maid servant who was helping her, she left that place. I heard this from Dina Bandhu Prabhu, one of the senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada, even still living in Braja Dham, Vrindavan Dham for 35 or 40 years. And he's known as Babaji. He takes us for Vrindavan Parikrama. So when we went to Mathura Janmasthan, we went to that jail where Krishna actually appeared. Then Prabhuji said, then when Krishna was appeared there, Vasudeva took him, and when he went, there was so much effulgence in Gokul that Yashodamaya's, she was exhausted after childbirth, and she didn't even realize which baby she gave birth to. Okay, there was a baby girl, that is Durga, Maya Shakti of the Lord, as well as there was Yashodamaya Nandan Krishna. Yashodanandan Krishna was so black, and it was in bluish black, and he just closed his eyes and just quietly lied down there. But the Durga Devi was so effulgent that nobody was there in that room. And because Krishna didn't want anybody to know this, that effulgence masked everything, that Vasudeva saw only one baby girl there, okay, in that effulgence. So he immediately kept the Vasudeva Krishna there, took the baby girl. Before anybody could see, he rushed to Gokul. By that time, what happened? The Yashodanandan and Krishna opened his eyes, saw the Vasudeva Krishna. Both the sons were lying like this. And Vasudeva Krishna merged into the original Yashodanandan and Krishna. Now that happened. And then the baby started crying and kicking the mother, and the maid servant came running, and everybody came to know it's a baby boy. And then Yashodamaya came back to consciousness. And this baby boy, he grew up in Gokul, and because of so much of demonic attacks, they went to Vrindavan later on, and he was playing there as a cowherd boy. And when all the demons started coming, it's not Yashodanandan Krishna who actually killed those demons. It's the Vasudeva Krishna inside that Yashodanandan Krishna who was born from a Kshatriya father. The Nandanandan Krishna, Yashodanandan Krishna from a Vaishya father, he was stealing butter, going behind the gopis, taking their dresses, doing all these funny pastimes in Vrindavan. Understood? And when Akrura came later when Krishna was 11 years old, take Krishna and Balram back to Mathura to kill Kamsa. Vasudeva Krishna left Vrindavan with Balram, and Yashodanandan Krishna stayed in Vrindavan. Even now, that's why Krishna says, Vrindavan Parityajya Padam Ekam Na Gachati. I never take a step outside Vrindavan. So Krishna is in Vrindavan? Yes, Krishna is in Vrindavan. That is Yashodanandan Krishna. Did Krishna leave Vrindavan? Yes, he left Vrindavan. That was Vasudeva Krishna. All of you understood?
My God, Mataji, we are
Yes,
hearing
Mataji.
this the first
Yes,
time.
Mataji.
The last
Yeah,
line.
this is first
Very
time.
good, ma'am.
You
Very
never
good.
heard about this.
Ah,
I never
Eureka moment for us.
Mataji.
already know. This is the
No, we never heard.
This is
Mataji,
the
we,
This is the first time you are enlightening us with this knowledge.
No, I heard it from my senior devotees. That's why I say you should know this. By this, you should all know. I thought you already know. That's why I never said this story. That's why it is said Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Krishna is always in. It's just a sweet pastime of Krishna. But Krishna is in separation from Vrindavan. You say Krishna is in Vrindavan. Can the gopis see Krishna? They are in separation, no?
No, they can't see, no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they-
that means Krishna is there, but he is in separation form just to enhance their love for him. Because when you are in separation, that is Vipralamba Bhav. So Krishna is in that form, just a pastime purpose. But this is the fact that Krishna is always in Vrindavan. He never left Vrindavan. He appeared in Vrindavan as the son of Yashodamaya. He stayed in Vrindavan and he's still in Vrindavan. But it is Vasudeva Krishna who came from Mathura, actually went to Dwaraka. That's why Vrindavan is very, very special. That's why you can see Mathura, Vrindavan, Dwaraka, all that is outside. That's Vasudeva Krishna going. It's expansion of Krishna. But Yashodanandan Krishna never left Vrindavan. He is that sweet Damodar Krishna who was bound by Mother Yashoda. So that's why Vrindavan is very special place for Krishna. And Krishna never wanted anybody to know he is the Supreme Lord. He always puts Yogamaya there and he likes to be in Praja. So Vrindavan is a very special place for Krishna. Yes, Achyuta Prabhu.
So Mataji, that means Gita Gyan was given by Vasudeva Krishna.
Yes, exactly correct.
Okay.
And if Yashodanandan Krishna speaks Gita in Vrindavan, what will happen? What will all say? What are you talking? Because they never, he cannot be in that opulence of Krishna. Vasudeva Krishna is in Aishwarya Bhav. He's been worshipped as a Supreme Lord, even by Mother Kunti. Kunti, who's the aunt, also worshipped him as a Supreme Lord. Namasye Purusham to Adimeshwara Prakrite Param. Alakshyam Sarvabhutanam. Antar Bahiravistitam. Kunti Maharani already knew he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But in Vrindavan, Krishna, if Krishna comes and speak about Sarvadharma Parityaja in Vrindavan, what will they say? Just go and drink some milk or butter, and they will not believe him because the cowherd boy says, "Tumikon badalok tumi omisham." Like when Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill, when Krishna danced in Kaliya, the Gopas never believed he did it. They like, because your father is worshipping Vishnu, he helped him. You are not doing it. You are just a small boy. You, Tumi kon badalo. Who said you are big? Tumi omisham. We are like equal only, Krishna. So that's the bhav. Shuddha Sakiras. Shuddha Valsalya. Shuddha Madhurya and Vrindavan. Never mixed with Aishwarya Bhav. Yes, Mataji?
Mataji, I have a question. Actually, one of the devotees in temple asked this question. He said, why did Krishna cry when Karna died? But I never heard Krishna crying in any scriptures.
I never heard. Actually, before in the universal form, Krishna is showing, even Karna is going inside Krishna's mouth. And Krishna never cried for anyone except in one place. Where did Krishna actually cry? I know Krishna crying only in one place.
Living Radharani, Mataji, living Vrindavan. While living Vrindavan,
there
he
Krishna
cried.
was up. Yes, Krishna was actually.
No. Vidur.
But where did he cry?
Vidur, somewhere in the end when he was leaving, isn't it, Mataji? He cried for someone. No, was it Vidur or Uddhava for someone?
Krishna's crying, I heard only in one place. When Mother Yashoda was running with a stick behind him, binding him in the mortar, Kajal was around and the tears were coming. What is that? Muhur chumbidam bimbarakadaram. What do you say? So I feel, I don't know about this, Mataji. I've never heard about this Karna, all that. But Krishna is transcendental. He doesn't have any material this thing. But Krishna's crying for when seeing the stick in Mother Yashoda's hand. That is different. That is the sweet pastime with Mother Kunti is saying, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even death personified Yamaraj runs when you come. But you are running, you are crying in front of Yashoda Maya. This is very astonishing. So
Thank
this
you,
I'm
Mataji.
not.
Yes, Mataji. Actually, we also, we were listening and we were also attending the class, and we told him the same thing, that can you give the reference
Yeah,
when
there's
where
no
you heard?
reference as I know
Yes,
about
Mataji.
this.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Mataji,
Yes, when Krishna was in separation, yes, definitely he was in separation. And in Dwaraka, he was getting up in the night and it's like Gopi, Gopi, Radhe, Radhe. He was in separation. But he never cried. He was having that separation. Ah, yes, Mataji.
Mataji, you just said there are two forms of Krishna, but when we do devotional service or we pray, so which form we are praying? This is Shyam Sundar form or
Shyam Sundar.
Vasudev Krishna form? Which form we pray? Because Gita is told by Vasudev Krishna in that Mahabharat scene, and
But
we
see,
pray
in
to Radha
universal,
Krishna.
yeah, but in universal form, the Vasudeva Krishna, the four-handed became two-handed, right? Remember? When Krishna Arjuna said, I want to
Yes.
see the universal form, and then he became four-hand, then he became the two-hand and said to Arjuna, this is my eternal form. So that's the two-handed form. That's why we have Vrindavan Krishna. Where you see in all these God temples, this beautiful turban, right? With peacock feather. You see anywhere, okay, they do wear helmets, they do this thing, but they always keep the peacock feather, right? And the flute. So that
Yes,
is the
Mataji.
bhav with which we should worship. Prabhupada gave us that. That is the bhav with which we should. Yam Shyama Sundara Gunasya Achintya Swarupam. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilojanena Santa Sadaiva Hrideshu Vilokayandi. Yam Shyama Sundara Achintya Gunaswarupa. So Shyam Sundar form, Mataji. That is the eternal form you should worship. Prabhupada says each one have your own worshipable deity. Somebody like Hanuman can worship only Lord Ram. Prahlad can worship Narasimhadev. So each one of you can have a Ishta form, but basically for all of us, it's the Shyam Sundar form. That's the highest and sweetest. Because in the Vasudeva form, when Devaki Mata saw Krishna, she was with folded hands. When Arjuna saw the universal form, and then the four-handed, he was with folded hands. But in two-handed form, that's not the rasa, no? So the bhava will be highest in the two-handed form, because that's the original.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Form of around they say what? An avatar in one of the Dashavatar. We big temples also think that, but that's not correct. Okay, my internet is becoming unstable. Look at the time. I'm just going and on. So let's go. We'll finish. I want to finish NOI today. So out of Vaikuntha plans, Madhura is the highest, then the Vrindavan, then in Vrindavan, Govardhan, Radhakund. I didn't come there. So in Govardhan, Radhakund, because it's overflooded with the nectarian prema of Lord of Kula, Sri Krishna. So anybody all knows the pastime, no? How Radhakund was formed? Okay, anybody who doesn't know how Radhakund was formed? Okay, so you know. So Radhakund is the highest place. Okay. So in the hierarchy, the 10th sloka says about the hierarchy of spiritual persons. That is Vikarmi, somebody who's avoiding the scriptures. Okay, they come the lowest. That's the lowest. Okay, Shpiyunta. That's the lowest. Next come Karmi, because he is doing some work and he's getting the results of it. Next come Jnani, somebody who's having nice knowledge. And Jnana Vimukta, somebody who's beyond speculative knowledge. And next, beyond that is Sadhaka Bhaktas. We are all Sadhakas. We come under sadhakas because we're doing our sadhana. And above sadhakas are prema bhaktas who are in love. And above prema bhaktas are Vrajavasis. This is what I said. The Vrajavasis like the Gopas, the Gopis, Radharani, Yashodamaya, all the Vrajavasis. And among the Vrajavasis, the highest is Radharani. Okay, so this is the hierarchy. First, we saw the hierarchy of spiritual place. Next, we saw the hierarchy of spiritual persons. Understanding Vipralamba Seva, this is what I said. The separation. In Madhurya Ras, there are two rasas, separation and togetherness. When you're together with the family, don't miss them. But when you're separated from the family, you actually keep thinking about them all the time. So that's why Krishna is in hiding form in Vrindavan. He's in Vrindavan, but he's in Vipralamba Bhav. And we should understand how the principle of Vipralamba Seva reflects Prabhupada's mode. The Vipralamba Bhav, this is one of the reasons why Mahaprabhu, in the mode of Radharani, went to Jagannath Puri instead of Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu should have gone to Vrindavan, but he went to Jagannath Puri because Mahaprabhu is Radharani in separation from Krishna, and who's Jagannath? Krishna in separation from Radharani. So that's why Mahaprabhu actually went to Vipralamba Kshetra, which is the Purushottam Kshetra. or which is called as Jagannath Puri. Okay, so there's 11th verse, right? Can somebody read the 11th verse, which is about Radha Kund? Something specific about Radha Kund? Let me see. Verse 11 NOI. One more verse. Just finish this, and then this is a very important verse, and it says about the specificity of Radha Kund. That's Radha Kund is why Radha Kund is so special, and it is not different from Radharani. Krishnasyoche pranaya vasiti preyasibhyo api Radha kundam jasya munivir apitas tadrit eva vyadai yat preshtar alam asulabham kim punar bhakti bhajam tat premadam sagrit api sara snatur abhi karoti. So says about Radha Kund. Of many objects of favor, delight, and of all lovable damsels of Brajabhumi, Srimati Radharani is certainly most treasured object of Krishna's love. And in every respect, her divine Kunda, this Radha Kunda, is described by great sages as similarly dear to him. Undoubtedly, Radha Kunda is very rarely attained even by great devotees. Therefore, it is even more difficult for ordinary devotees to attain. If one simply bathes once within those holy water, one's pure love of Krishna is fully aroused. So the specificity of Radha Kund. Krishna says, Yasya Radha Priyam, Tasya Kundam Priyam. Yasya Radha Priyam Vishnu, Tasya Kundam Priyam. So how is Radharani dear to Krishna? Similarly, Radha Kund is also very, very dear to Krishna because it was made by her own hand. Radharani herself with her broken bangles made this Radha Kunda. It's very, very special to Radharani. And it says, someone even once you bath in Radha Kund water, you get pure love. But then Prabhupada denies. Prabhupada tells, don't take part in Radha. Why? Why is Prabhupada warning us? Stop with this.
Mataji, because during that time, some devotees were doing it in a wrong way, not in the right mood.
So that means if you take a bath, you have to put your foot on the water. Now, Radha Kund is not different from Radharani. So whom we are stepping on? Radharani. That is one reason. We should not put us foot on Radharani. Just take some water and do Achaman. It's equal to or pour it on your head. It's equal to taking bath. And one more thing. You should be qualified to take a bath in Radha Kund in the sense, once you take bath, you will get pure love of Krishna. Not for everyone. Then everyone can just go and take a dip in Radha Kund and get pure love. No need of chanting and all that. No. Only when you reach Bhava stage, Mahabhava stage, can you actually go in Radha Kund. That Bhav should develop. So Prabhupada says, we are not in that Bhav. Please don't do it. Okay. So Radha Kund is very, very special. So it is said, we should serve Radha Kund, and if we get an opportunity to become assistant of Srimati Radharani under the eternal guidance of Gita. So Radha Kund is very, very, it says, somebody who is constantly engaged during his lifetime, after giving us first body in serving Radha Kund, then after giving us body, return back to Godhead, serve Radha in the same way as contemplated during his life on the banks of Radha. If you go to Radha Kund, you can see the Samadhi of Raghunath Das Goswami. Was doing 24 hours Kirtan there. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So next week, can we have exam on 15?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
What was that, theory or sloka? Theory, no?
Theory.
Mataji.
Theory. Okay, before that, I'll correct the open book. So please submit, Suresh and Prabhu, please submit by today or tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I'll give 2 more days. Next week, we'll have exam.
So Mataji,
Mataji,
15th theory and 22nd will be
Yes.
the sloka memorization.
Yes.
Okay, Mataji.
Then on
Mataji.
29th, I will start with Isha Upanishad. Hopefully, January last, I'll finish Isha. And Feb. Yeah.
Mataji, I wanted to ask about the Bhakti Vaibhava course.
Yes.
Will it be the same batch, our batch that will
I have
become?
to club you with some other batch. Let me see how we can do it.
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji, and actually I wanted to ask about the timings. If it will not match, then I have to maybe do something else, Mataji. Do you have like
Don't think
what
it will
are
be
the times?
Sundays. It will be some other weekdays. Is that okay? Same time, like 8 p.m.
Okay.
IST.
Yes,
Mm.
Mataji. Other than
Timing,
Sunday.
Because
Mataji.
we don't know the batch. We have to. I'll see. Let me see how the batches are getting clubbed. Two
Thank you,
batches are
Mataji.
currently running. One Bhakti Bible is on every Fridays 8 p.m. The next is Thursdays 8 p.m. Let me see if I can club you with them, or we can have a separate batch and with more devotees. But then you have to wait for some time.
Okay,
Let's
Mataji.
see.
Mataji, how long is it? How long the class is? Hour? 2
Ours
hours?
is like this, 1.5 hours, 2 hours. But it might take 3 years to complete the first 6
Yes.
cantos.
Mataji, no, we'll get clubbed with someone so that we don't have to wait.
Yeah,
Don't
that's what
want to wait.
we can club, and you don't have to wait, and I can cover the extra portions.
Okay, Mataji.
You
Thank you, Mataji.
can watch also, na Mataji, recorded videos, whatever
Yeah,
is
something
done
like
earlier.
that. Let's see. But
Mataji.
exams are there. Every chapter there is an exam.
My God.
Bhakti Vaibhav. And slokas are like Janmadyasya yadonmayat itarataschattesha vinyasvarat. That's just one line.
Mataji, how many shlokas in one chapter we have to learn?
First chapter is 4 slokas. Like that.
Okay.
2, 3
Okay.
slokas every chapter.
Okay, sure.
Every chapter there is an exam. Closed book. Every chapter there is a sloka. No open book.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone.
Mataji, instead of 8 o'clock, the classes cannot be in the afternoon or something like that? Because it's
Afternoon
9:30, 10 o'clock, too much. Early
I have
morning,
7.
I think we have to
Let
get
me
up.
try to prepone it little bit. Might be 7, 7:30. But
Okay.
not afternoons. Because many are working also, na?
Hmm.
But yes, I want to prepone it because I know everyone attends Mangalarti and all that. Even I'm getting late. But
Yeah.
I'll try to prepone it little bit. Like might be a 7. We can make it 7 if we can.
Mataji, can we do Bhakti Vaibhav now?
Yeah, after you complete
Mataji?
Bhakti Shastri. After you upload your
Okay,
Bhakti Shastri. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Krishna. Jai Shri